guys, it's Mark Rubin here, and no, I'm not for Scuba Rubin. I'm here at The Schwantz 27's channel to talk about the patch that went live on February 20th. While Schwantz was away on vacation, we were actually hard at work, unlike him doing some programming. Unfortunately, for the majority of players, you can't patch shitty maps, but you could certainly buy them with DLC, and you also cannot patch the inherently flawed game design in Call of Duty Ghosts. So, for most of you guys out there, you probably won't give a shit about most of the things I'll talk about, but for that minuscule amount of players that are still actually playing the game, that care about this, we'll jump into the full patch notes right here. We've added a leaderboard to Gun Game, which just shows you who abuses our shitty free-for-all spawns the best. We've beefed up the Call of Duty app, which is free to download for your smartphone, and by the way, that's the only free thing we'll give away. We added extra loadout options, the ability to invite into clans, and even added a diamond icon. Woohoo! It's too bad the app is about 100 times worse than the Elite website, which is a perfectly functioning website for looking up stacks and clans that other players are a part of, but we decided to dedicate resources to have a phone-only app and not even use a fully functioning website. Now, The Schwantz 27 has to jump through lots of hoops to look up players for his crappy clans episode. We also fixed some spawn issues on Stormfront, and on Ignition, and on Whiteout. Yeah, those are the only maps that need some help with spawning. We fixed some issues regarding connectivity and lag, including a lost connection issue while accepting a game invite. Wait, you have friends? And also a bug where lag occurs when the host rapidly changes classes and host migration optimizations. Wait, what's that? Dedicated servers? Yeah, I know, there's only like 300,000 people across all platforms playing Ghosts online. We don't have enough dedicated servers for all of them. Come on now, don't be silly. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, we also had performance improvements for game modes that use bots. Unlike Titanfall, we don't have bots in all of our game modes, so it took a bit for us to get our shitty code exposed, and of course, we didn't have a beta or an alpha test either, so you guys are being our testers right now. Another bug that we did fix is a crash when a player of a user-controlled streak was killed. I'm not sure if we actually fixed the limbo glitch that Schwantz exposed on his channel. I don't see it here in the patch notes, but we introduced it with the latest January patch, so it might take us another month to fix it. But we did fix something similar. The progress bar was improperly displaying contested if two players entered the flag's capture radius, then one player just made like Tigger and bounce. It was almost like fighting against Casper, the capturing ghosts. On cheating, we added more anti-cheat improvements, and we also fixed a broken Riot Shield view model that we called out in the last patch update videos. We also fixed some more shit with broadcaster mode, but it's still more clunky than that odd-shaped luggage on the conveyor belt. Esports is still fucked though. You have to play 2 different rounds of domination and write down scores like it's a Little League game. Oh, and we patched that disappearing bomb bug where you'd be able to place something down on top of it and then destroy it like a SATCOM or an IMS. And it only took us 3.5 months, but the kill streak count is now maintained across rounds of Search and Destroy, Search and Rescue, and Blitz. Also, 3.5 months later, the operations are still kind of fucked, but we're working on them. We also fixed some split screener stuff so your moronic little brother or cheap ass friends won't cause jitter issues or when using the store, which I'll talk about in just a second. Oh, and extinction. The fixes are completely useless for PlayStation and PC players, if there are any out there, because they're all about Nightfall, which is part of the Onslaught DLC. Speaking of which, we also added microtransactions! Hey, we had to make up for a pitiful sales number somehow, right? In our speech where we announced that we'd do 3 developers for Call of Duty, we also said that we put an emphasis on microtransactions, you know, instead of actually making good games. Stockholders, please don't sue us like the EA ones did. There's completely useless player cards and camos and reticles, but you fuckers will eat this shit up because it'll make you forget about how horror bad our game actually is since your gun looks pretty. It's bejazzled. You guys love that shit. And see, you PlayStation and PC guys, you can have DLC at the same time as Xbox users. You just have to pay more for it, even though we already ripped you off with the Season Pass, and this is not included with the Season Pass. Oh, and PlayStation guys, make sure you crack open your wallets for new DLC to be available on February 27th. PC guys, if there are any of you out there, I don't know when the DLC is going to come out because there aren't any people playing the game anyway. Now you guys see why we had to make those store adjustments. We wouldn't want anyone to have a bad experience after buying completely useless shit, right? And by bad experience, we mean not having any glitches happen. We don't mean actually playing the game, because that's always a bad experience.